let's just kind of talk generally for a second, shall we? I just wonder how happy you are with the way things are going. So back in the side now, and of course, you as a Notts County player are yet to lose a game.
Yeah, the gaffer reminded me of that with that little stat there. I think things are going really well. I think if you look at it like at the table now, I think 18 games played, one defeat. I think that's quite rare with the season that we're having. I'm not gonna sit in and say we could have done better or we could have done worse. I think if you do look at it just plain and simple like that, we've had one defeat in 18 games, so I think we can't really complain really.
It seems extraordinary that when you're on that incredible run, and it is been absolutely fantastic, and even the last couple of draws against decent teams, it's a great run. What does it do to you when you look at the league table the other night and see that despite that you still dropped to second because Wrexham have been following you step for step?
Yeah, exactly that. I think it's quite a strange season with how, I suppose, competitive both we and Wrexham are. It might be just one of those seasons where the standard of how many points is just going through the roof. I don't know. It's just going to be a strange one, I think.
Do you think you're going to be kind of driven by each other? Are you sort of driven by that? Does it help almost having another team playing that well and getting points all the time, sort of keep you on your toes?
Absolutely, I think so. If Wrexham are going to keep winning games, we're going to have to match them or even do better. I think it's plain and simple. If we win, they win. If they lose, we have to win. It's just simple as that, really.
Yeah, I mean the confidence with which you're playing at the moment, and like I say, even though you had a couple of draws, but the wins that you're getting, the football that you're playing, it strikes me that you're just getting better and better yourselves.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think, like you said, even with the draws that we've had, we're not going away from the game thinking, oh, we didn't create much there, or I think our expected goals are still very, very good. With the draws, we are creating so many chances. On a different day, we could have come away winning the game. So I think I'm happy overall in terms of how many chances we are creating. So yeah.
It's interesting you talk about expected goals because obviously the owners and the whole club, a lot is geared around statistics and analysis and things like that. Does that come naturally to you? Is that something you're interested in, or is it something the club like to give you or let you know certain stats like expected goals and so on for that?
Yeah, I think as a group of players, I think we're definitely interested in those kind of stats. I don't think we look into it too deeply, but like with meetings and whatsoever, we do get told that we are very high in terms of expected goals. And I think as players, it's good that we know that because we obviously are doing the right things.
And what about personal note for expected goals? Because just about everybody else has got on the score sheet the last few weeks, haven't they?
I know, I did score, but the wrong end, which is not great. I know, I'm a bit frustrated. I think I do like to have a goal by now, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. So I'm not too worried. It'll come. It will do.
I wanted to ask you about Eastleigh. Now, you'll tell me if I'm wrong about this, but having played for the club, I think every game you played was away from home. So this actually might be your first time at their ground, but not playing, despite having played for the club, if you see what I mean. But you were there for a loan spell and played every game was away, is that right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it was the season where COVID struck. Every game I played was pretty much away. I think I even played here. So yeah, finally I might see the Eastleigh's home pitch.
Well, yes, the last game was at Notts. That was the game just before COVID struck, just before lockdown struck, and most of European football had all closed down by then.
Yeah, that's right.
And then still the Notts Eastleigh game went on. That was a strange day, wasn't it?
Oh, it was very strange. I honestly didn't know what was quite happening, like most of us. So, like you said, it was just a strange old day.
Yeah. What are your memories of that club? What are your feelings towards that club, having been there just for a very short time, even?
Yeah, it was quite brief. Lovely club, very friendly. I can't remember who was manager. I think it was Ben Strevens, the manager at the time. Yeah, it was just really nice club, real down to earth people, lovely following. Yeah, I can't speak much, but high praise of them really.
Yeah, I mean, always, of course, in this division that they're going to be a threat. But you're going to have to be ruthless, aren't you? You know that we've talked about with Wrexham. You two battling at the top. You need to kind of show no mercy, I suppose, whoever you're playing this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll go there. We will respect Eastleigh as much as we can, to a certain extent. But no, we're definitely going there to win the game. We approach every game the same way. We don't sit back. We're not playing for draws. I think we're going to win every game.
Good stuff, Aden. Best of luck with it. Thanks very much.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.
Hi, Aden. Nice to finally speak to you. So, I want to start with Southend. A lot of people have focused on the goal kick routine, and I noticed that you were the player that was coming short for the goal kick with slopes. I was just wondering, is that something that's new to you in terms of the actual tactic? Because I've very rarely seen it up and down football since I've been watching it. So I just wondered, is that something new for you, and is it something that's changed the way that you play at all?
Slightly. It's not really new to me. I have played in that sort of role before. I think when I was at MK, that's under Russ Martin as well. That was sort of the way we would try and set up. It's slightly altered here. But no, we do it for specific reasons. We're trying to draw the teams in, and then maybe go long if we can, or try and find the spare man. But it's all done for a specific reason, not just because we're doing it off the cuff.
And then just following on from that game, Luke suggested that the game was could potentially be played one or two leagues above the National League, and having played 2 leagues above the National League, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was very competitive. Both teams wanted to win the game, and that's, from my sort of experience, that's what it's usually like in those leagues. Really good teams going at it. Probably could have wanted a bit more control in the games that, like in the leagues that happen at higher. Well, you get that, but on a different day, those things don't quite happen.
And then obviously earlier on in the season, you spent, I think you missed 6 matches through injury, and you've come back into the side, and you've signified your importance in that back three. During that time, obviously not started their 7-game winning run. Obviously, watching from the sidelines, it must be nice watching the football. But were you a little bit frustrated that you wanted to be part of that, but obviously the injury was holding you back from doing that?
Yeah, of course. I'm a little bit frustrated, obviously, picking up an injury. I always want to be part of the team, like doing so well. But the squad here is really good. We've got great quality throughout the squad. So in my mind, there was no worries whatsoever. And the lads have been brilliant ever since.
And the man that took your place when you were out, Connell Rawlinson, obviously had just come back from injury himself. How impressed were you with his performances, and how key has he been for you this season? Has he been a bit of an influence for you in terms of coming back from injury? Was he a help during your injury rehabilitation at all?
Yeah, Connell is such a good guy. Brilliant footballer, but like I said, he's an even better person. Always got time to speak to anyone. I can't speak highly of Connell, to be honest. I'm always training with him, always talking to him. He's a really good player and a really good guy.
And then just finally from me, since joining the club, how have you found the atmosphere at Meadow Lane, the fans? Have you had much interaction with them at all since you've joined?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere has been really good. It's quite surprising how many. The following for Notts County, to be honest. I didn't realise how big it actually was until I sort of arrived. So that took me by surprise. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going. And the fans are brilliant.